Wow, guys, that is crazy. I just did my whole intro. That's what happens when I start by myself and someone doesn't remind me to unmute myself. Well, guys, let me start over. What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 94. I'm starting off the stream today by myself. As you can see, I should have a few panel members joining me very shortly. But I thought it would be fun to get started by myself. That way I can interact with you guys a little bit more, share my thoughts on this awesome stuff this week, especially that Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. Yeah, everybody, I see everybody saying, guys, it's you guys. What are you guys doing? Fix your audio issues, guys. Come on now. What's going on with you guys? I apologize. That's crazy. I can't wait to watch this on the replay. Everybody who's watching on the replay, they're going to be like, what's going on? And adjust the volume on their phone and stuff. I apologize about that, guys. But what I was saying was I'm really excited to talk figures with you guys this week. I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I looked down and I was like, oh, shit. Guys, this is me recording videos at home, too. I'm either the audio's messed up, I mess up my words, and I'm cursing at myself. This is how it goes. So you guys got a little taste of it, but I apologize for that. But anyways, as I was saying when I was muted, there's a really exciting film coming out this week, and that is Alien Romulus. I got my, I know a lot of people like this one. I do like it, but I'm really waiting. And as I'm showing it, perfect timing, because Romulus Mike, I think he's in the film. I don't know which part yet because I haven't seen it, but I was just showing them my popcorn bucket, and maybe like, oh, now he's muted, dude. Guys, I'm sorry, guys. This is not an A-grade production here, but really excited to check it out. And guys, if anybody has a Cinemark near them that just happens to be stocking these buckets and stuff, let me know. I'm trying to get that Cinemark one. I just love how it's painted. I love that cup too that has like the alien blood in it. It's really cool. As we wait for Romulus Mike to get back, though, let me read some of your guys' comments. Some of these are going to be hilarious because I'm such an idiot. We got Payton23 in the house. Payton23 is a channel member and a moderator and a good friend. Payton says, good evening, everyone. Dropping the hotline emojis. Guys, if you haven't already, consider joining the Hotline Hotties, the channel membership on the channel. Click that join button, or there is a link in the description as well. I'd very much appreciate it. We got Adam12 in the chat. By the way, congratulations to Adam. He just hit 2K subscribers, a huge milestone. Adam, congrats on that, my friend. And thank you for letting me know that I was muted for my whole start of my intro. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, Mike, I don't know if you caught it, dude, but this is what happens when I go by myself to start and someone doesn't warn me that I'm muted. I literally did my whole intro and everybody's like, no audio, no audio. I was like, shit, I didn't know to mute myself. But it's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right. I did a take two and I redid it, so we're good.
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little late, which I usually am, and I apologize for that. But
well, dude, it's only because other people couldn't make it tonight that the eyes are more on you for being late. Because any other chance, you could just like swoop in behind the scenes.
Yeah, sneak in.
But nonetheless, how's it going, bro?
It's going great. I'm excited. I got an interesting week coming up. I think I'm expecting my second child this week, so very excited.
Yeah, congrats on that, dude. I didn't realize it was so soon. So when you told me that, I was like, that's amazing, man. So congrats, dude.
Thanks,
we're happy for you.
Thank
We're proud of you. Guys, everybody say congrats to Mike in the chat, man. That's huge. We got two babies born on the panel within months of each other, you know? I love to see it. I love to see it.
It's cool. We're breeding the next generation of collectors, you know? What's up, Sean?
Right. The baby factory is what we call it.
That's right.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, guys? So there's a new baby?
Not yet, but any day.
Awesome. Yeah. It's so great because I spent the day registering kids for high school.
Oh, really?
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so... Kids, yay!
Kids, yeah. It's gonna be a while for me, but I'll get there eventually in the high school years.
It's so weird. I have a daughter that's in 12th or in 11th and 9th. My ninth grader is also taking college classes at the same time.
Oh, nice! Congrats to her. That's awesome.
She must be smart.
Yeah.
So, Sean, I started my first 2 minutes of the stream. I was muted, so I was just sitting here. Everybody in the chat. That's why all the comments say no audio. So I'm just saying what's up to everybody now, because if I did say what's up to them, they didn't hear me. What's up, OG fan, a channel member, a moderator, and a good friend. OG fan letting me know there's no audio. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry about that once again. We got figured out in the chat. Figured out says can't hear you, dude. I hope you guys are doing well, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. We got Chunker, a channel member and a good friend. Chunker says no audio. Guys, you guys are the best. Thanks for jumping on that so fast. Because if you didn't say anything, I would have just talked for the entirety of the stream until these guys got here. Batman Collectibles is here. What's up, Batman? Love the profile picture, by the way. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Boba Fettuccine, that is your fault, dude. It was not me that was muted. It is you. You got to go get your hearing checked, man. But of course, I'm just joking. What's up, Boba Fettuccine? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. We got 12-inch Moose. What's up, Moose? Moose says, hello, community of collectors. I pre-ordered 2 Return of the Jedi Vaders from Sideshow. I actually pre-ordered 2 as well. I think I got 1 from Sideshow to try to get it as soon as possible on the US side, of course. And then I think I got 1 from Off the Rack, so I kind of split it down the middle there. But that one I kind of had to get 2 because that electrocuted look, like, no way I'm not displaying it like that. So pretty excited about that. But congrats on that, though. I cannot wait to get that one in hand. We got Gio, the movie canon, in the house. Gio is a good friend and a channel member as well. Gio says, hello, collectors. Hello, Gio. I hope you're doing well. I know Gio is very excited for Romulus, just like a lot of us are. I cannot wait to see that movie. I'm very grateful that I was able to get like the early watch party tickets where you get like a special pin and like a patch or something. I think that's what AMC's giving, but it's going to be fun for sure. OG fan says that setup is looking dope. When is a collection tour? Dude, it's crazy. I suck with that because it's like every time I go to do something, I'm like, well, I want to change that. I want to change that. And everybody tells me, and I know, they're like, dude, just film it where it is and then you can film another one later. But I'm in the middle of like kind of letting go of some stuff that I'm not like that into because I kind of caught myself just buying everything that I thought was cool, but I need to let go of stuff that's like, when's the last time you looked at that? So that's what I'm in the process of now. Not saying I'm selling off my whole collection because me selling 15 figures is like what, making a small dent in over 200 figure collection. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm just trying to let go of some stuff that I'm like not, my eyes aren't drawn to it all the time just because it doesn't make sense for me to just have it sitting there collecting dust. It's better off in someone else's collection. X-Man Supreme is in the house, a moderator and a good friend. X-Man Supreme says, I often get started by myself, finish that way too. I should have stopped myself halfway through reading that one. What's up, X-Man? I hope you're doing well. Chunker says, I went to a secret screening at my cinema hoping for Alien. That's crazy that you saw that already. I didn't know that people were able to watch it yet. I thought that was just like the film festival screenings. That's crazy.
I think he's saying he went to a screening of a movie in which they didn't tell him what it was going to be. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah, I see that now. He said he saw Cuckoo instead. Yeah. Hey, I mean, it was worth a try. It was worth a try because then you could have said you saw it way before everybody else. Luke Christian says, episode 94, and we're still waiting for the Chocolate Man from Mars. Hey, dude, I can't help you with that one. Dude, here's the thing about Mars. He will do everything under the sun, and he's doing a lot of great stuff. And when he does release stuff, I've been very happy. But when you have such a huge release schedule with all these different announcements, it's going to take a while. I'm really excited for that one, though. I pre-ordered 2 of those, actually, because one of them's for Chris. It was a wedding gift for Chris when he got married. And then I got one of the Oompa Loompas as well, just one extra Oompa Loompa. So I'm really excited for that, too. Gene Wilder is the Willy Wonka, as much as I love the other 2 as well. But I'm really excited for that, for sure. Let's see. Adam says, we can hear you, the American people can hear you, and the people who have our hot toys will hear all of us soon. I hope so, dude. I hope so. Let's see. Who else we got? Sorry, guys. I'm just quickly scrolling through. Let's see. I think Sid Vicious says Hotline Hottie. Is that directed at me? I don't know. Maybe. But, yeah, dude, I couldn't escape it. Mike, see, this is like a virus that Mike has spread, dude. He started it, man. All you guys, Adam12, all you guys in the chat, it's all your guys' fault. I just couldn't fight it any longer.
I just want to say thanks to everybody in the chat wishing me congrats. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I always appreciate you guys when you're spreading love. You guys are the best. The best chat around. Let's see. Who else we got? We got Dragon Warrior Reviews. Dragon Warrior Reviews says hi. How's it going, Dragon? I hope you're doing well. Dragon, are you going to see Alien Romulus? I hope you are. Who's seeing Romulus, guys, in the chat? Everybody drop that in the chat. Who's seeing Romulus? I'm really excited for it. I want to talk about it. Christian Cooper's in the house. What's up, Christian? There he is with the crosshair profile picture. Dude, you better never change that. It's good, man. Everything's going well. Great start to the week. Not too many crazy announcements from any company really this week, but some exciting stuff nonetheless. That Return of the Jedi Vader was a pleasant surprise this morning, so I can't wait to talk about that. We're going to get right into that very shortly. What's up, Thick Banth? Dropping the buck, dude. I know. I gotta get more. I gotta get more buckets, man. I'm hoping to get the Xenomorph one, or excuse me, the Facehugger one from AMC with the Facehugger wrapped around the bucket. Apparently, you could like pose the hands on it too, like the little tendrils. So that's pretty cool. So we'll see if I'm able to get that one. We got Beskar Kid in the chat. What's up, Beskar Kid? Beskar says, "Hello, Mister. I'm gonna get 2 Vaders and you're not." Blah blah blah. Yeah. Hey, like I said, for this one I had to. With this one I had to because that electrocuted look, that's just such a iconic like turn of events scene, right? Like that's where Vader finally comes back to himself and he realizes the error of his ways all these years, and he protects his son one last time. So I got to, man. I gotta get to. But guys, check out Beskar Kid on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. He's on everything. Big Dog Pound. Unfortunately, we don't have Chris here with his belt because Chris couldn't make it tonight. But of course, I got to give you the best woo that I can. So let me back this up so I don't break everybody's ears. Woo! What's up, Big Dog Pound? A moderator and a channel member. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. We got Ren, the creator. What's up, Ren? I don't know if you've been here before. If you're new, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And not much, man. We're just getting ready to talk about some figures. Some exciting figures and some hopeful figures to come. We'll see. Yes. Gio says, Connor is right. Excited for Romulus. Waiting on that Xenomorph hot. Hey, dude, we're going to talk about that. Sid says, I'm seeing Romulus. I just watched Alien for the first time last night. Yeah, she did. And she told me that she liked it, but it was a little boring. And you know, admittedly, I like Aliens more than Alien. I know to some people that might be sacrilege, but I just think Ellen Ripley as a character kind of came more into her own in the second film. So I actually prefer Aliens, personally.
Aliens is my favorite movie.
Yeah, and like the outfit too. Even though I have the hot toy from the first film, I love the outfit with the bug stompers and everything from the second film. And like obviously that final scene with the Queen and everything is just so good. So still love the OG film though, but it is a bit of a slower film for sure. Indiana Bones, I love that. I love that name. Indiana Bones says, seeing it Friday at 7 p.m. with the homies. Dude, that's awesome. I'm seeing it with a couple friends and my girlfriend. We're all going to see it for the watch party at AMC on Thursday. So I cannot wait. I'm so excited for it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but originally this wasn't planned to be a theatrical release. It was actually going to go straight to Hulu, I think. And they were like, no, let's, and which is crazy because the advertising has been amazing for this film. A little bit behind Deadpool, of course, because they just went all out. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for it, man. What's up, CSI Grism? Great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Afternoon to you. I think that's everybody. Oh, I cannot miss Steve, the evil sneaker, who did not make me win his giveaway for the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Congrats to the winner of that, but it wasn't me, so I'm a little upset with you, Steve. Of course, I'm just joking. What's up, Steve? I hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you so much for being here. A channel member and a great friend. And yes, I agree. You can never get enough Vaders. That is the truest statement made tonight in the chat. I think that's everybody. I think so. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. And I'm very jealous, Christian. I've never met Hayden. I actually have 2 autographs from him, but I've never actually met him. So that'll be something that I do eventually. Whenever there was an opportunity that presented itself and the timing just didn't work out, Chris and I were going to go meet him. But we'll see. One day I will. Adam agrees with Sean and I. Aliens is a better film. You know, it's tough, man, because it's like, how do you say that the OG isn't the best, right? But it's like that with Star Wars. A lot of people don't like A New Hope as much as Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. So unless you're like a big OT purist, then I understand. But we have Yomo. Yomo, I love that. You actually have an action figure of yourself, Yomo. If so, I'm very jealous of your action figure of yourself because I've always wanted myself as like a stormtrooper or something. What's up, Yomo? I hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you so much for being here. We got Jose G. Hernandez in the chat. What's up, everyone? What's up, Jose? Thank you so much for being here, bro. I hope you're doing well. And yes, I did get a delay email. And Mike and I were talking about that before the stream. For the ATRT, Mike said, because I got mine from off the rack, so I didn't get an email. But also the Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which You know, we've had the Vader for a bit now, but it's probably that head sculpt probably pushed back production a little bit, I imagine. Which is for the better though, because the new head sculpt was a huge change. So I'm liking these updates. But guys, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about Vader right off the rips because I want to. Guys, this looks fantastic. I will say, you know, there's so many options for Vader right now. And it's like, when you're going through the list of Vaders, it's like, which one do you choose? Like, I never thought I'd be sitting here like, crap, you know, which Vader do I like the most? And it's like, I thought this would be the last Vader for a while, and then Hot Toys drops that insane, amazing battle damage Vader with the swap out crazy damage parts and stuff, the Hayden Christensen likeness. So it's like, we have an unending amount of really nicely done Vaders, and this one is obviously very special because this is the Vader where we saw him return to his old self as Anakin Skywalker with the Sebastian Shaw head sculpt. You were right, Luke. You were right. You know, like, just, it's such an iconic look. And then if this wasn't good enough to have this head sculpt here and the cutoff hand piece and everything, you also get the electrocuted parts here, which, you know, shout out to Don Prime. I'm sure he's not here right now, but I remember Don like was really like theorizing about this long ago. When I saw this come to fruition, I was so happy, man. But this is so cool. It may, in person, who knows, it may look like a cheap Hasbro toy or whatever. I don't care. It's just so cool, man. I'm so glad that they took a leap with this, because obviously if you don't have it lit up, it might look a little cheap. But again, I don't care. I think this is awesome. I cannot wait to display this with this helmet. It's just so cool. I will show you guys the update photo here shortly. They actually did update the helmet quite a bit. So the helmet is changed. Originally, I believe they reused the Empire Strikes Back helmet, and they've updated it to closer to the Return of the Jedi helmet, which is a really nice welcome change, obviously, because Vader's costume, though some changes might be minor, it does kind of speak to that version from that film once you can spot the differences. So it's nice to see, and we're going to have a bit of a discussion about that, about these updates that Hot Toys have been doing before the release. I think that's really cool. The head sculpt, dude, it's, you know, what can you say bad about it? It looks fantastic. I've been wanting a Sebastian Shaw head sculpt ever since that quarter scale came out, and I've been resisting it because I'm like, I don't collect quarter scale, I don't have the room for it. So I've been praying for this one to come out. Once Hot Toys finally announced it, I was over the moon, and I'm still over the moon about it. And I think the final product looks fantastic. I really could not be happier. You guys know me. Anything Darth Vader is coming home. I'm a huge Darth Vader fan. He's my favorite character in all of anything. You know, it just has a special place in my heart. Him and Anakin Skywalker kind of go hand in hand for me. But dude, like this is such a special figure. And it's just, you know, you look back at it and you're like, it's crazy that we're just now getting this, but it's also surreal to finally be able to own a Return of the Jedi Vader, proper Return of the Jedi Vader, because I believe the sideshow version was Return of the Jedi as well. But sorry for that long-winded intro, guys, to Darth Vader, but as you can see, I'm really excited about this one. This is just such a dope figure and a really special one to me. I want to jump to you, Mike. I want to hear your thoughts on it. And like I said, we're going to go more in depth about the updates. I will pull up the photo after we kind of hear everybody's thoughts, because I do want to have like a bit of a discussion about these updates from Hot Toys. But dude, final product for the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader, Sebastian Shaw head sculpt. What are your thoughts, man? And did you pick this one up? I know it's probably a stupid question for a lot of Star Wars fans, but let's hear your thoughts on this one, man.
Yeah, well, it's not a stupid question. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. I should be picking it up, but if we look at the three Vaders kind of like in the, I guess, the atmosphere of Hot Toys right now, it'd be Kenobi, this one, and the battle damage one that was recently announced. If I had the luxury of having all three in front of me, I'd probably pick up this one and the the upcoming battle damage one, and maybe pass on the Kenobi, right? Yeah. But I don't have that luxury. I already have the Kenobi Deluxe. So what I've decided to do, because I wanted a battle damage and I wanted a clean, so what I've decided to do is make my Kenobi Deluxe clean, and then that battle damage, when that comes in, that'll be my battle damage. Look, I got my second kit on the way. I don't even have any Hot Toys displayed right now. I'm like finishing my basement. I did an inventory, and I think I'm going through maybe something similar to you and maybe a lot of other people out there. I said, I really have to take stock in what I have, look at my pre-orders as well, and maybe make some hard decisions. And unfortunately, this one hit the chopping block for me. It's nothing against the figure.
Yeah.
It's just that 3 Vaders at this time in my life was pushing it. So I decided to go with the extremes because, again, with this one, I love it so much, and I would display probably the head sculpt. But again, I decided to go with the extremes, which is clean and super battle damaged. And then maybe down the road, I'll pick this one up when I feel a little bit more confident in, picking up so many figures per year. I'm only 2 years in, and I've got a collection I'm really proud of right now. But I also have to be a little bit or a lot more responsible. And again, I think maybe a lot of us are going through this right now. And this was just for me, 1 Vader too many. And that's no disrespect to the figure because, this is one that I'm going to be looking at for a long time and wishing I had, and maybe one day we'll pick up. So.
Yeah, I think the good thing is, there's so many options for Vader right now. You'll probably be able to get this one at a decent deal down the road. And yeah, dude, there comes a point when you're collecting anything where you just have to kind of take like a personal look at your stuff and be like, okay, maybe I don't need this one as much. I'm not as good at doing that with my Star Wars stuff because that's like my core. But any other things, like I said, I'm trying to do my best to like let go of stuff and
you know what I did, and maybe this is rationalization too. I used the upgraded materials of the upcoming one as more of an excuse to feel less bad about missing this one. Because this might be our last, largely pleather rather than nylon Vader. So that made me feel a little, you try to rationalize sometimes
it's a
yourself.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. And again, that's not a knock on the figure, but it's like, if I could find one thing to be like, all right, well, at least I'm getting like the nylon one, and I can look at this one against in the future. But yeah, it's definitely some copium.
Yeah, I mean, and dude, like I said, it's just something you kind of have to do. And later down the line, once you're settled in with a new baby, you got some extra money, whatever, you could pick it up. It's not going anywhere. None of these figures are going anywhere. Sure, maybe some of them might randomly shoot up in value and you have to pay a little bit more, but you made the right decision at this time, I'm sure. And if you want it later, it'll come back around. So.
Yeah, I'll be able to find it later. And that was an interesting point, the prior comment, because I've really been trying to look for that skull. I don't know if you have a good picture where you can see it. I feel like there's at least an angle where we do see the gash through the helmet.
It's so hard because
but as far as eye sockets and stuff, I think in person, though, I think it is there.
I do think it's there because I remember it being there. It's just hard to see because of the lights, and I wonder if like maybe they changed the lighting a little bit to make it a little bit brighter. Who knows?
It looks cool. I think I would display it without the effects around it. I don't know. I'd have to see it in person, but I think it looks cooler just all blue rather than with the electrocution effects. But I'm curious. I'm really curious to see what the reviews on this guy.
Yeah, I know. I checked before the stream started. I didn't see any. Guys, if you see one pop up while we're on stream, because I know that happens sometimes, because a lot of these guys, especially who get day one Hong Kong stuff, work really fast. So if something pops up, let me know. But by the way, what's up, Primetime Reviews? Thank you so much for being here, bro. Guys, check out Primetime Reviews on YouTube. Beskar says, get them all. Dude, I would love to, in a perfect world, I'd love to get everything, but you just can't. The space, the money, you just can't. There was another comment I wanted to highlight. There we go. Mr. Comics is kind of commenting on what you were saying, Mike, and what I was just kind of adding on to what you said. Mr. Comics makes a great point. Mr. Comics says, facts, got to have priorities, don't have to have them all, and don't need to impress anyone. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Your collection is your collection. Sure, if you have people coming over, it's a little impressive. But, you do it for yourself, right? If you think something's cool, you buy it. Some people, they may feel the need to buy something to impress other people, but for the most part, I feel like most people just buy stuff that they like. Of course, everybody once in a while will buy something that they thought they wanted, but they really didn't want that much after they got it. But that's just part of the whole hobby. It's part of any hobby, really. Sometimes you buy stuff and you get it, you're like, why did I buy this? Beskar Kid says, my Vader should be here Friday, but I think I'll pick up 1 or 2 more down the road. Damn you, Con. Hey, dude, you're usually the bad influence. I don't want to hear it. You're the guy putting up the videos so I could see it, and I'm like, oh, crap, I should have got 2 of those. That's you, man. That's you. Of course, I'm only joking. But, The lighting effects look terrible. Yeah, I'm most likely, I know it sounds crazy, I probably won't keep this lit because I hate to break it to you guys, but even with like the USB powered stuff, Hot Toys lights, they do burn out. That's just how it is. Like I had like one of my lights start to burn out on my Return of the Jedi Emperor Palpatine throne, and I had to like unplug it from the display because I didn't want it to fully burn out. Of course, that's not to say that everything you buy is going to burn out, but it does happen sometimes, leaving it on over time. I mean, it just happens. It's even like when you have light strips or something in your room, it happens sometimes. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful with that sometimes. But well said, Mike. I think that was a good voice of reason, especially for those that, you know, have a smaller collection and maybe they're tempted to get a second Vader, but they don't really have the space or the money for it. It's good to have the voice of reason, so I appreciate that. And I think you'll be happy to know that Thick Bantha Boy sold his F350 with the 8-foot lift kit and spinners and started showing people his Hot Toys collection instead to flex. You got to send us photos, man, of that lift kit. Moving on though to Sean. Sean, I want to move on to you, and then I'm gonna pull up the photo of the update so you guys can kind of see what they've done here to update the head sculpt. I should say the helmet. But Sean, are you picking this one up? And then what are your thoughts on the final product? Are you excited about it? Try not to get too much, and I'm sure you won't, but try not to get too much into the pleather because that's our next topic on the topic of Vader that we're going to talk about. But what are your thoughts on the final product, Sean? We can't hear you. Now Sean's pulling at me. He's like, let me hit my inline.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So a couple things. One, I think the reason why they're showing the updates beforehand is to shut up all the trolls who are trying to
like,
do like talk shit.
Let's do this first and then release it because if not, they're going to start talking crap. That's exactly.
I think that's what they're doing. And then overall, I think it's a brighter light in the head or in the helmeted version with the blue and everything else. So I think you guys are right about that. But overall, yeah, I mean, there's nothing to complain about. Me, I'm collecting everything that's original trilogy. Yeah. But I am kind of a little over Darth Vader at the moment at the same time because we've had so much. I did order the Kenobi Deluxe Vader, and then I just happened to go on to Monkey Depot one day, and there was another Darth Vader body for $119, so I bought it and then put all the extra parts. Always
so good on the bodies, like dude. I don't even want to bring it up. I regret not buying this DX Luke body from the newer Luke.
Yeah,
it was like $60 and it had the boots and everything. I don't want to talk about it.
But so I was able to use all those extra parts and have a complete full figure there.
That's awesome.
That's cool. And display both helmets.
Yeah, you can finesse it like that sometimes when you have these figures that come with all these swap out parts. It's awesome when you're able to do that because then you can get the body super cheap, you know.
Yeah. And that's one thing I've done with like several clones that I've bought is where people were just selling like the armor of the body and everything else and no helmet. Okay, well, I got one with 3 helmets, so here we go.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, especially those 501st Deluxes. They came with so much stuff, man.
You got 3 helmets, so it's just buy bodies and you're good. Yeah.
But overall with this, I love the display stand for the Deluxe. There's one photo that I do want to copy. It's where he's like kneeling down and grabbing the bar. Or maybe he's not kneeling down. When I first saw these, it was like way too early.
Well, maybe yours. That's a great shot right there. I love that pose.
But he was like able to grab and hold on to the bar.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out a way on how to do that in the kneeling position.
See, Sean, this pose. This is why I'm a little upset about no nylon, dude. Because I was like, damn. You finally throw him in that pose, man. This is so cool, though, I will say. Though it's obviously very odd because this is literally his head. It still looks so cool, though. I love that they added that to the base. That's really cool.
That's cool. I mean, you could throw any helmet on there anyway, from like a different
that's true.
Or something if you wanted to.
That's true. You could.
So what I want to do with the Deluxe is have where he's kneeling down, holding on, with the blue helmet on. And then I ordered the regular version, which I kind of wish I ordered another deluxe.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd save money, weird in the collection community, right? And so I'm going to pose them with everything and put them in my Return of the Jedi collection. But, with this coming up, I haven't ordered the complete battle damage Darth Vader, which I probably should. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I have a lot on order right now. So just like Mike, I'm like reassessing things. Like a lot of the stuff that I ordered for Ahsoka, I'm thinking I'll just keep Anakin, Captain Rex, and Padawan Tano, and then cancel the rest of my orders. So I'm considering, but I'm not going to do that yet.
Yeah, I'm all in on that line, dude. It's just so much good stuff. Like all the Rebel stuff, man. I have to have it. I have to. That line is going to be. And we saw Hera at the Sideshow event recently. She looks so good, dude. Like, man.
But I mean,
it's a lot of money. I understand. It's a lot of money, a lot of space for that amount of figures. It's crazy.
I mean, the way I'm collecting, though, my priorities in the collection world are the character Batman, the character Iron Man, original trilogy Star Wars, and Clone Wars. Everything else is, if it's convenient for me to get it.
Right.
And that's really it. Like, I want to get rid of a lot of my Marvel stuff. So, hey, if anyone's looking for stuff, let me know. But
yeah, I'm trimming down my Marvel a little bit, some of the duplicates, and like, again, stuff that I'm just like, it takes up a lot of space. Like, dude, I'm considering getting rid of my Gladiator Hulk, which is a crazy thing to say because I love that figure, but it's just it's not like with Red Hulk showing up and like, I'm sure that we're gonna see our Hulk again, and it's not gonna be stuck in Smart Hulk mode. So it's like, it's just there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, I don't need it. It was cool. I love the film, but I think Graham said this. Graham Jedi Knights Watch. I think he said you don't need to. You can like a character, but you don't need a figure of the character, something like that. And I really, that really resonates because it's true. Like you can like a character, but do you love that character enough to have a figure of it? You had to determine that for yourself, for sure. But
there's a ton of franchises like that for me that I just don't want to crack that because I don't want to fall down. Back to the Future is one. DeLorean is a beautiful piece. Obviously, Marty and Doc would be great to have, but
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you don't like Back to the Future? No, I love Back to the Future. It's just there's only so many franchises I can really collect.
When I go in,
I go in
too either, dude. I couldn't say
no, I get it. I totally do.
Yeah.
But like a lot of things have happened too. Like, so for example, okay, we've had 3 freaking Iron Mans, that are recently instant releases.
Yeah.
I have the Mark 80 on the way from Disney. I have the black and gold and the red chrome, just arrived last week. That's $1,200 right there, plus taxes, and along with I've paid off the Mandalorian armor Kenobis, waiting for Sideshow to ship. Paid off the Imperial Commandos, waiting for those to ship,
and then soon Scorch and all them. We're going to be right around the corner. People are
glad you brought that up, Sean.
Yeah, Scorch, the Joker, the new Artisan Joker. There's a lot of stuff that'll be shipping soon, like Praetorian Guards. I just got a notification for them. It's just a lot of stuff. So,
and that Praetorian Guard, I got mine, and it's actually really good. It's the same as it feels as like the same exact material as
the sequel trilogy one.
Yeah, the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
The movie we shall not name.
Yeah, I have the Last Jedi version. It's a really nice figure. It really is. And I actually like that design. There were some designs that I wasn't huge on from the sequel trilogy. Some I liked, some I didn't like. I hated the Snow Troopers, didn't like the Jet Troopers. But the regular First Order Trooper design, I actually really liked it. I thought it was a nice mix between the old and some new aspects. But X-Man Supreme says, that's how I feel about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I love that movie and rewatch it still, but I don't necessarily need the figure. Yeah, and for a lot of people, that movie was so dark, they're like, I don't really think I want a figure of it. And I get it. I'm excited to see the new one, though, and see how that pans out, and we'll see how that... Because some people might be waiting to see the new film and say, okay, now I can, complete the story in my head now I want a figure from it. We'll see how people react to that. I'm very interested to see that.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick on a point that Sean made too. I think that's another thing that's happening to a lot of us is that when I first started 2 years ago, I was like, oh man, a year and a half, like what a drag it is for these figures to come out. But then once you kind of get in the groove of things and the figures you ordered a year and a half ago, are starting that roll in, and then Hot Toys is now doing more of these instant drops. You start to like appreciate the year and a half lead time. Yeah. Because it actually can help you plan better as a collector. Obviously, it can help you plan your finances better. And it's really thrown like it's cool. Like it's nice to have stuff drop quickly, but it's also like thrown us off financially. Maybe
it affects your plans sometimes.
Yeah,
but it's a double-edged sword, right? It's fun, it's exciting, it's bringing exciting back. Like Hot Toys right now, they are unstoppable. Like,
oh yeah,
are they perfect? No. Are these figures coming out perfect? No. They're still solid, really good releases. They're putting out stuff early. We're getting stuff like instant releases consistently. They're announcing at a very good rate, but also releasing at like record rates. Sean's been keeping us up to date with the releases and stuff and the numbers and everything. Like Hot Toys is really killing it right now. And it makes it difficult for us because while they're killing it, they're also killing us because a lot of the stuff pops up and it's like, oh, that's an instant release. It's going to be shipping in a month, or, if you get it from Hong Kong, it's shipping in a few days, so it's tough. It makes things tough for sure, and it makes you maybe, okay, I want that more than something I have on pre-order. Cool. Well, you're gonna have to maybe cancel that pre-order if you don't have the extra funds. So,
and they've got a track record of these instant releases are instantly selling out, because you could have instant releases that just sit and they're in stock and they're available, but that has not happened yet to a single.
Even
figure.
Ones that have sat have sold out, right? Like Gold.
They've sold out within a day.
Right, they've still sold out. So it's like, why wouldn't they keep doing it? It funds them. Right. It allows them to put money aside to do more projects, and it's certainly good for the hobby. As frustrating as it can be missing out on those, and I totally understand that, and I definitely don't put that lightly. It's definitely good for the hobby as a whole.
Well, I mean, I'm sure this Halloween we're gonna get the frickin' jack-o'-lantern, Chrome Trooper or something like that.
I would, dude. I love that.
I would buy it.
I'm sure you guys have seen it. We've talked about it before. The Black Series did those clones with the skeleton painted on the art. Those are so cool, man. I love stuff like that, as cheesy as it is, and I know it would get absolutely shredded on the Hot Toys Facebook page. I like stuff like that.
Could you imagine if our first Airborne Clone Trooper was actually like the Christmas one, like what Hasbro did?
Yeah, that post would get destroyed. Yes, in Indiana, I just got my shipping as well the other day. I'm excited for that. I got the timed version. I've got some like custom parts that I've put together for like the blue hoodie, and I got the goggles and everything. I had a hat made, and then when I really looked at it, I was like, this is really out of scale. So I reached back out to the person that made it for me, and I'm going to have him make me another one that's a bit smaller. But nonetheless, I'm really excited for that. I hope it turns out. I hope it turns out.
Just a quick word on that.
For that figure.
Because I know we got a lot of Thing fans here, and obviously we have a lot of Alien fans. So I backed Aliens Expanded. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but it is this. It's just like crowdfunded documentary on the film Aliens, and they were able to get it to a point where they started getting some of the lesser famous actors from the film to be in the documentary. And they kept getting so much support and money coming in and everything. Eventually they got James Cameron, and then finally they got Sigourney Weaver. That's awesome. So everyone is now interviewed and is a part of it. It's amazing. Really cool. And when you backed it, you got your name in the credits, and
that's so cool.
You got the Blu-ray or HD. And they just announced a Thing Expanded as well. So now they're going to do one for the Thing. Yeah. And if you
get John Carpenter, dude,
that's exactly. That's what everyone is expecting. That you'll get Kurt Russell eventually. You'll get Carpenter, because they're going to look and be like, wow, these guys pulled it off with the Aliens.
Look what they did with that one. It's definitely gonna get them more pull for sure.
Yeah, so just cool. Heads up. And if you pre-order this one, if you back this one, you get the Aliens Expanded Blu-ray as well. So it's kind of a cool deal.
That's super cool. Super cool. I'll have to check that out. You have to send me a link. Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, I'm hoping it's really good. I know they also we're gonna get a Roddy Piper figure. We're gonna get Nada. They said they're still sticking to that project from They Live, so we'll be getting a 6-scale Roddy Piper. That'll be cool, especially if you're a wrestling fan. You can kind of change the outfit a little bit and get yourself a Roddy Piper wrestling figure. So it's going to be a win-win for a lot of people. I'm excited for that one. I love that film. I got to see it in theaters last year when it came back to the theaters temporarily, and that was such a fun experience. And I went with people that had never seen it before, and they were like, that was really weird, but I loved it. And it's such a fun film with such a crazy message that still like resonates today.
It's a timeless message. It's like a modern 1984, it's a timeless message.
For sure. Beskar says more instant Star Wars releases. Yeah, dude, I'm down, man. Like I said, I think it's fun. It's a fun way to mix it up. We have our regular pre-orders, and then we have our instant stuff. So I love the mix-up for sure. What's up, Leo? Leo Naranjo says ATRT just got delayed, possibly till next year. We'll see. I still got to make a little space for that one, so I'm fine with that. But guys,
bro, everything I have paid off is delayed. I'm like, why are they delaying all the stuff I already have paid off?
I'm not okay with the ATRT being delayed.
Yeah, that's
the second time it's been delayed.
And right, I don't know. I mean, the vehicles seem to get that treatment a lot. Other than like the Mando Speeder, that one came out pretty quickly, I think. But a lot of those vehicles seem to get treated that way. I don't know.
The Bark Speeder didn't get delayed. That came out on time.
Maybe just the speeders. Who knows? Maybe
it was on the last month though of the 6-month time frame.
Gotcha.
But it was on time.
Gotcha. Yeah, JB, I love how that ties into Duke Nukem as well, because I played that game a lot as a kid, and I'm all out of gum. Love They Live, that's amazing. Dude, I know, I'm really excited for it. So I commented on a post probably like 3-4 months ago, because they hadn't talked about it in a while, and I was like, are you still doing Nada from They Live? And they said, yeah, we're still doing it. So I'm excited to see that one, because they did update the sculpts. The Kurt Russell sculpts were updated for the RJ McCready, so hopefully they dialed in that sculpt a little bit. It wasn't bad, but it needed a little work. All right, guys, before we move on from Vader, we're going to have a quick discussion about these updates that Hot Toys have been doing. Just to answer this question for those who are just tuning in, by the way, guys, if you haven't already, please consider dropping a like on the stream and subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. But to answer the question for those who don't know or are just tuning in, there's no mention of the material being updated from pleather to nylon, which is a bit unfortunate. I feel like they easily could have fit that into their production schedule. Even if they had to delay this a little bit, we all would have been fine with that. So that's a bit unfortunate. I don't want to spend too much time crying about it. It sucks. This will probably be the last, unless people get it in hand and magically they're like, oh, this is actually nylon. They didn't mention, they would have mentioned it. So most likely it's pleather. It's a bit unfortunate because I understood it for the Kenobi Vader, but for this one, they had time to update it. So that's a bit unfortunate. But they did update the helmet. They completely updated the helmet. It's a new sculpt. Obviously, previously they like reused, I think it was the Empire Strikes Back helmet they reused for the prototype and the pre-orders that went up. They've since updated this. They posted this morning, like Sean said. I think he's right. I think they do post this stuff like right before a release, just so people can't go into the comments and complain about these particular things. They're like, wait, we updated this. Of course, they got complaints about the pleather situation, understandably so. But they did update the helmet, and it looks fantastic. Is it 100% spot on? It's off a little bit, but I think it looks way better than what we had with the reused Empire Strikes Back helmet. I think this is fantastic. I think Hot Toys needs to continue to do this. I really do want to give them praise for that. And hopefully our boy Riley will bring us the magic on that black suit Spider-Man, because that Toby black suit Spider-Man needs those updates. And now more than ever, I have faith that maybe they'll change it a little bit. I don't know if we'll get 100% what we're asking for and what Riley's been petitioning for, but I'm hopeful that they'll do some updates, because this has been multiple recent releases. They've done this. They've posted updates. Yeah. And we're going to take a quick look at the Rocket and Cosmo as well, and they've done that with that one as well. They've made some updates to both Rocket and Cosmo, so this is good to see. When you're making accuracy updates, no one's going to complain. No one's going to, I mean, you might have a sprinkle. Oh, I actually prefer the Empire Strikes Back helmet. Well, too bad. This is the Return of the Jedi accurate helmet, as close as it can be. So it makes more sense, right? So at a certain point, you're like, this is what it should be. So I think this is really cool. I don't think any of us are going to complain about seeing some awesome updates to something we already paid for. So this is really cool. I'm sure everybody on the panel is in on this, right? I think this is a big step in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of like if I was looking at any figures that I have on pre-order, like what else needs like major updates. Again, I said the Spider-Man definitely, I'm on board with Riley on that one. I've said that many times. He is totally right about that. That thing needs some major updates for sure.
Speaking of Spider-Man, I'm curious about the 2099, how that ends up turning out when people get it in hand.
Yeah, and that was one. It's funny because everybody was really upset about that one, about the plastic visible joints, and then when they updated it, a lot of people came out and said, "Well, I didn't want it updated," and I was like, oh.
Yeah. That was
I actually like how the fabric suit looks. I am curious to see what the final product will look like as well, but I thought the fabric suit looked way better. I'd rather have a little less posability, but it looked better because he's such like a hulking, like beefy Spider-Man. He can definitely be in like a basic pose and look really menacing. So I'm not too worried about putting him in like crazy poses. But I still think they'll make him posable enough, as recent Spider-Man figures have been.
I'm trying to think of like other. I mean, we got some banger head sculpts that come out of the Ahsoka line for one. Every one of those sculpts looks insane.
Yeah, like people in the chat, drop it in the chat if you have any as well. I'd love to highlight your answer and talk about it.
On my list of pre-orders, I think maybe the only thing I can think of offhand is like the Keanu sculpt could be improved a little bit. But
John Wick.
Yeah, the John Wick sculpt could,
That one's tough. I do like it. I think it's better than the John Wick Chapter 3. I think that I don't know if that's Chapter 2, Chapter 3, the other one they did. I can't remember. I think it's Chapter 2, maybe.
I think it's Chapter 2 actually, but
yeah, Chapter 2. But it does look a lot better than that one for sure. But yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Keanu just has a tough likeness to nail. Excuse me, because even all these companies that do the custom sculpts and stuff, I'm like, it's not perfect. So it's just I feel like it's a tough one to nail.
Some people do like you.
That's a good one. As well. That's okay. So now that you bring up Shin's a good one. I do think that one could use a little tweak. And I think Mike brought this up before. The beard on Balin maybe could be updated a little bit. So that's a good point. That's a good one. I think Hera. She's perfection. They definitely should not touch that one. A lot of the Ahsoka figures are very good. I love the head sculpt on Thrawn. I think that looks really good. Yeah. I think all of the Ahsoka figures look really good. So yeah, probably Shin might get a little touch up, and then maybe the beard I'll get dialed in a little bit on Balin, hopefully. But there's not too many. There's been like you said, Mike. There's been some really good head sculpts. So, Sean, do you have any that dude? I know.
Yeah, the artisan Anakin. Like that hair, what the hell? So they need to find a way to kind of fix that.
Yeah.
And for some reason, and I know I am in the complete minority on this, but his forehead looks completely off to me.
Anakin on the artisan Anakin?
Yeah, it looks like they didn't start implanting the hair close enough to where it should be. That's just my opinion.
I'm really hoping for a sculpted version of that.
So I saw someone comment that today. We'll see. It's interesting that they didn't go the same route that they've gone for a lot of the other ones, where they offer a sculpted and a rooted. There must have been a reasoning for that. I don't know what that reasoning is. Maybe, and they usually don't give a crap about this, but maybe because they had that other Anakin planned from the Ahsoka show, they're like, well, let's not shoot ourselves in the foot like we often do, and let's just do a rooted for this one. I don't know what the reasoning is, but
another thing too is the Tony Stark Mark 7 suit up. They need to do something about the head sculpt because it's way off. And also the Black Sabbath t-shirt. They got to fix that too because that's off.
I wonder if they'll kind of dumb that shirt down a little bit for licensing reasons. I mean, I'm sure there's a third party. You could probably buy a third party version of that right now that's got copyright infringement on it. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do with that. I honestly probably will end up buying a third party shirt. We'll see. How many faders are too many? I don't know, dude. That's a tough one, David. Where do you cut it off, right? For the best character of all time, I don't know. It's a tough one.
And then my last one that I think needs to be corrected is ARC Trooper 5's. Because he only comes with the 1.5 helmet, and he should also come with the 2.0 helmet.
Yeah.
So, I thought you were talking about the head sculpt first. I was like, oh, I kind of like that head sculpt.
No, the head sculpt's fine.
Yeah.
But I really do think I mean, if they don't correct it with this, I have a feeling if they do like a Phase 1 5s, maybe they'll include the Phase 2 helmet.
That's true.
But I think that should come with the ARC Trooper itself.
Mike, I just noticed your background display. What is that, dude?
It's the Lego version of Vader, Alien, and Iron Man.
Why am I literally just noticed it. Probably because I was flustered because I was muted for 2 minutes. I was recovering from my embarrassment. It looked like Lego at first, but I had to zoom. That's actually hilarious. You're like, that's why I was a little late. Sorry, I was printing some images real quick.
Yeah, it's got my display ready.
That's hilarious. Well, hey, you're speaking into existence, dude, with the Xenomorph.
Yeah, I hope so. We're gonna talk about that, right?
Yeah, dude, we have to, and I have a cool video pulled up for that too. But yeah, I'm really excited for a lot of these updates, guys. I think it's really cool. While we're moving on, we're only going to look at Rocket and Cosmo briefly. But same thing with this one, guys. We got some updates before release. Cosmo, actually, the proportions, I guess the height and everything were adjusted to put it more in scale with the rest of the figures, rest of the line, which is good to see. And then they did update the head sculpt on Rocket, which is really cool. I think he looks really good. I love that little, like, sinister little smile that he has there. I'm in a weird place with these figures right now. And as I say that, I'll pull up. We're just going to watch the quick unboxing from Sideshow while we're talking about this one. I should say these ones. I'm in a weird place with this line. I'm definitely going to keep the Groot because I don't have like a full-size Groot. I only have the little baby Groots that came with the Volume 2 figures.
You're a bad dog.
Oh, yeah, Kraglin. Dude, I wish we got a Kraglin. There's a lot of side characters we never got figures of. But yeah, I'm in a weird place with this line because it's like that Nebula is so much better than the previous one, the Infinity War one. Is that Infinity War? I think so. But they have this like team suit look, and this team suit look doesn't really stand well on its own. You kind of have to have that team together. So I'm like, what I may do is buy, I'm keeping my pre-order for this because I want the Cosmo. I might put the head sculpt, like the upgraded sculpt, on my Volume 2 Rocket because that's my favorite Rocket. Maybe I'll sell off the body to this one for somebody that wants it. I'm definitely going to keep the Groot. The Star-Lord's tough. I kind of want to part the Star-Lord out and keep the head sculpt and just ditch the Star, because they didn't do the other figures in the line. We don't have the Mantis. We don't have the Drax. They're not going to do a Gamora. It's unfortunate. They kind of screwed us with this line. It looked really good. It was looking good. It was looking like we were going to get the whole line, and then we never got it. So who knows? Maybe they'll pop up one day. But as of right now, it's like, why would they wait this long at this point? Who knows?
I thought this was like the summer of Marvel. We've had like a couple Deadpool.
I'm waiting for that too, dude.
Iron Man and Black Widow from Iron Man 2. I mean, yeah. I'm not really feeling it. And
I'm not feeling the summer of Marvel either. Where is it, man?
Oh, I forgot the Endgame Iron Spider too.
Yeah, we'll count that one. That's a really dope figure. But like, and also the Batman 85. What have they done with that? Basically nothing. Literally nothing. So it's like
Funko's done more with it.
Yeah, like where does it come in?
I don't know, but I see it. Like you go through Target, you see that little anniversary logo, and every time I'm like, "Damn it, Hot Toys! Let's go!"
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Come on, Hot Toys! What happened with the 85th line? Did your balls fall off?
Like, dude, like when they say Batman 85, like the potential there is crazy, and for Marvel as well. Like, I think I'll count. Excuse me, I'll count the Black Widow because that seems like a fitting like Marvel 85 announcement. But I don't know, dude. I'm hoping to see more. Maybe now that they've got all the Toy Fair stuff out of the way, now they're gonna be like, all right, here you go. Here's what you've been waiting for. I want to see some DC. DC's been on a bit of a drought as of late. I agree, Boba. I'd love to see that. Clone Trooper agrees with you, Sean. Need to fix he says they need to fix the chin on the Phase 1.5.
Oh, I forgot about that. He's right, because if you notice in the front part, there's supposed to be a diamond shape of the 1.5 helmet. for Echo and Fives. I completely forgot about that.
The clone guys are crazy with the accuracy stuff, man, because they grew up watching the show, and I did too, but I focused more on the Jedi and stuff. As much as I love clones, but a lot of people, including yourself, Sean, have an eye for those subtle differences, and people get really particular about the clone stuff, especially.
We still haven't gotten those thinner lines down here on the helmet either.
I know. I'm surprised they haven't changed
that yet. They showed a proto
with
it once, and then it just didn't go into production. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if we really want to go down to the Phase 1 helmet, completely is oversized. It needs to be scaled down a little bit.
Yeah. So. Moose says, I saw Alien when I was 17. Scariest movie. Dude, I can't imagine. Obviously, when that film first came out, I was not alive then, but I have seen it in theaters, and it's quite an experience. And films have changed a lot. Alien didn't rely on super crazy gore and stuff to scare you. It had that suspense of like, oh shit, where's the xenomorph? Where's the eye? That scene where they go into the tunnel with the flamethrower, and the xenomorph is on the little scanner. Like that's what made that film scary and suspenseful. It didn't rely on like crazy blood and gore, which has its place. I love films like that, but that's why it's one of the greats, because it started what a lot of these later films followed, and it has that formula that just works, and it's still great to this day. I still enjoy it every time I watch it, even though Aliens is better. I know, I'm probably angering some people with that, but X-Man says Wolverine 50th as well. Got the Hono stuff, but hopefully there are more Deadpool and Wolverine variants. I think there will be, dude. This film is absolutely spanking the box office and just printing money. I think any plans they had for this line will be a full send. Whatever they have planned, they're going to put out for sure.
Hey, so speaking about Deadpool and Wolverine, I have a real question to ask everyone here, including anyone here if you want to comment. Does anyone think that Blake Lively had Ryan Reynolds go put Matthew McConaughey's cowboy Deadpool outfit on and they played Something at Night?
I don't think anyone in this chat was wondering that, Sean, but yeah, it kind of does for me, Indiana. I do agree with that, because I don't have Drax, so now I'm like, I guess I'm going to go back and get the old Drax that, honestly, I'm sorry, it doesn't look that good to today's standards. Like, I feel like Hot Toys would do way better nowadays on that. It sucks. Mantis looks fantastic. I can't wait to get her.
I think you could grab the old Drax head and fit it onto the Star-Lord's body and replace the hands.
That suit over a really
and just grab his
body.
blades and...
Yeah, the proportions on the body would be way off, though, because Dave was still kind of buff in this film. That was like kind of his last hurrah for the... he was a little... I guess he was a little on the huskier side, too, because, I mean, dude, he's been in amazing shape his entire life. He slimmed down a lot recently. Wolverine 50th as well. Oh, I already read that comment, sorry. Peyton says, I wouldn't doubt that it's another blue Batman that they... Dude, it has to be, like, stuff... Like, I will say this, like, talking about the DC drought, we did see prototypes for figures from Batman and Robin, which is exciting to me, as I know a lot of people don't care for Clooney, but that's exciting to me. That's the last live-action Batman that we haven't seen from Hot Toys. It's a collection completer for sure. I'm going to be picking those up. I hope they go up for pre-order soon. But that's not enough, right? When you're going to say, like, the year of Batman 85, that's not enough. They got to do more. So I'm hoping to see more, maybe some more video game stuff. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to pull out of the tank? I would love to see animated stuff. Animated stuff is... And I will say, guys, this figure right here, I wanted to say this while I'm on the topic of DC. This is one of the coolest third-party figures I've received in a long, long time. It just... And I'll show you guys real quick. It just really surprised me. I don't have the cape on him, so it looks a little bit goofy. But, like... So, when you look at this, you think the body is probably seamless, or silicone, right? It's not. It's a fully custom, like, posable body. And it's dope, dude. Like, this is just such a cool figure. The accessories are cool. The presence in person is amazing. It's very clever how they've built in the cape attachments into the neck. It's just really well done. And for a third-party company, like, I'm a huge fan of this company now. This is S Hero, by the way, guys, if you're looking for this. Yeah, he doesn't have the cape on right now. But if you guys are looking for this, it's S Hero. They just announced a Wonder Woman. She's up for pre-order as of like a few weeks to a month ago. They had two Batmans. They had the classic, that the gray with the blue. They have the Justice League suit, the black and gray. And I think that's it for the... I feel like from the figures we've seen so far, they're definitely doing the animated Justice League show line. Like, we're going to see Hawk Girl, we're going to see Green Lantern, we're going to see Flash. Like, Martian Manhunter in this body style would be so freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Like, dude, imagine this body style with Martian Manhunter. Dude, I hope they do that.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about like old school action figures, right, especially in the DC line, you can use the same body for every single male character.
Yeah, because they basically all had the same frame.
Yeah. Even Superman is the same frame as Batman, right? So, but that's just the way it is. But just real quick, when we do a lightning round, like if we only get one, since he raised that point, they might just do a blue Batman and be done with it. What would be your like dream Batman if they only do one for this anniversary? Could be from anything, comic, movie.
If I'll say this, my first thought, if I didn't get custom parts for it, would have been a Batman Begins properly done Batman. That would have been my first choice. But because I got the custom parts, I just got the drape cape from Jackson. It's way better than it was, so I'm like content with that. That's tough, dude.
See, for me, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, I'm just gonna throw it in real quick. I actually wouldn't pick a Batman. I would want a properly done Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze. That's one that no one has, because the Dragon Toys one, that thing sucked. And I know Jazz Inc. has expressed interest in doing it, but I just have such fond memories. I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and that's one that I look at my Batman shelf and I'm like, damn, that'd be cool if I had that. So it would be an Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze. As my main one. That's what I want. If we're choosing just a Batman figure, I don't know, maybe like what hasn't been redone. They redid the Armored Batman. Maybe a new 66 Batman, or they could do like a TV show Adam West Batman. That would be cool. I don't know. It's tough.
I wish they would do more comic inspired Batman. There's so many options. Like so many companies every year they're doing Hush. They're doing Dark Knight. Dark Knight Returns, right? So I'd like to see either one of those, but really top of my list would be Batman Damned. Libra Mayhew's Batman Damned. It's such a cool design, and it's like kind of similar or was inspiration for the Batman with Pattinson. I just love that suit. So that would be mine, Batman Damned.
That's a good. I mean, anything comic or like animation inspired stuff from like the shows and stuff, I think would be a welcome change of pace for their DC line. And you know, especially with like, you know, Jazz Inc. is showing interest in the animated Batman. He's doing the Batmobile. He's talking about doing the figure. We've got third-party companies jumping on to doing the animated Batman figures. It would be cool to see it like official stuff from Hot Toys in the comic / which, you know, the comic stuff is very possible. Even like, who knows, dude, they may do some DC animated or DC comic stuff under the Hono line. Because I don't think that's reserved to just Marvel. I think they probably have a lot of plans for that line. So they certainly could do some comic stuff under that Hono line for sure.
Yeah. I'd like to see them though do it under the Hot Toys brand, because I like the realistic take they do with the comic stuff that they've done, like with Star Wars and stuff. So like taking that Luke, you know, from the comics and just making him that realistic version with Dark Empire. Like that's what I would like to see.
That was really cool. I agree.
Really, really cool. Like nothing against Hono or anything, but like I have other companies I can go to for like a cartoon take on things. I'd like to see Hot Toys' realistic spin on comic versions.
Yeah. That's a great thought, and I think a lot of people are on board with that. And the comic stuff is doing really well right now. The Hono stuff is selling out. Both versions have sold out. They're selling well. They're getting good feedback. Everybody's saying good things about them. Matthew, really quickly, a good buddy of mine who does some amazing work, Riley Lowe. He is actually doing a die-cast set of the parts from the Adamantium Logan skeleton that goes with the Deadpool figure. And if you want some faith in that product, this is something that the same guy did.
Yeah, so that's great.
This is the same guy that did this masterpiece right here, this custom Spider-Man 1. Yeah, incredibly talented. The guy is always thinking up of amazing stuff. He's got the Green Goblin customs that I got on pre-order with him. but he's working on, and he shared photos. He's working on parts that actually will go on Deadpool, so you can attach the Wolverine claws and everything to him. So I would definitely seek that out. His name's Riley Lowe. If you look him up on Facebook, his Instagram is like SX Kiro or something like that. I don't know the exact spelling of it. If you hit me up after the stream or something, I'll send you a link. But definitely take a look at that because he did a really good job, and I can't wait to see the pre-order go up for those.
See, so my thing for the 85th, so I would do one thing would make it a 2-pack, just because I love 2-packs, and I would do from the first Batman that was on TV, the old black and white TV show, and then do the last Batman, which was Pattinson.
Yeah.
No, that'd be cool.
And put them with similar colors, like their complete outfit, but similar colors for the gray and blue, and make it like that.
Yeah, that would
be cool. Awesome, man. Yeah.
So
there's a lot they can do. There's so much potential. When you have a blanket line like that, like DC 85 or Marvel 85, you could do anything. You could pull all the tricks out of your hat. So we'll see. And by the way, what's up to Chris, the Collecting Madness? He wasn't able to make it tonight, but he's here in the chat with us.
Hey, Chris.
Everybody, I want to highlight this again. Everybody, chill.
Chill.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul would be cool as well. I would love to see. And Scarecrow, because the last Scarecrow was very old. It's a very old figure, so I'm hoping they redo that as well.
You know, one thing, though, too, for Marvel is there are people that will only collect, like, Captain America, and that's it.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people would just, you know, if they would do that in the quarter scale, but limit it and make it like that. You know, do like the short order thing, like what they're doing for the 1/6, but do quarter scale for Marvel's 85th.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be really good. And I think probably the best version of Captain America to do is either the Endgame or the Civil War version.
Or they could also do Captain America from Deadpool and Wolverine. That would be pretty cool.
That's not Captain
spoilers.
Hey, dude, I said it last week. I said this is your last week for no Deadpool.
Okay. Spoiler week. This is spoiler week.
Oh my god! He's gonna say it.
He's gonna say it. Flame on. That was so good.
What?
Hotties assemble.
Right.
Yeah.
What a
Go ahead, Johnny. Tell us more, Johnny.
The whole cinnamon ring thing and the way they played it too. But guys, I got the Mark 80 unboxing pulled up. This is unboxing from Justin. So this actually went up for sale at the D23 Expo this past weekend. It also went up for sale online. I was able to grab it online as well. I had a buddy grabbing me some stuff from the Expo. I got literally everything I wanted, and I'm so ecstatic. There were some amazing products that went up for sale. This was one of them, though. I'm really excited to get this because I have the Avengers Campus Spider-Man in my collection, so I'm going to have this next to him. I'm going to put a Tony Stark head sculpt of mine and have him with the shawarma in hand. That's my plan for it. So this is a Disney display figure for me because I have a separate Disney display. I've got a lot of Disney stuff that I'm building up in the collection, but yeah, it actually is still up as well. You can still get this on the Disney website. I don't know if I have a D23 Gold account. I don't know if they require it. Sean, did you have to get the D23 Gold membership to get it?
No.
Okay, so
no, the only thing I've ever ordered other than this Iron Man from Disney was that one helmet that they just came out.
The Kylo?
From the Clone Wars.
Oh. Yeah, I just got that Kylo helmet, the cracked. I love the reforged Kylo helmet with the cracks. They finally did an official version. For $140, you're not going to... That's like what you pay for a blank helmet at that price. And it's got lighting effects where it breathes and everything. So it's really cool. This is actually... So that other base right there, if I remember correctly, I think that's the Avengers Campus Spidey base. So it's interesting that they didn't keep them like consistent, but I actually do like this one more though. I like the Avengers logo on it. It's interesting timing though, because I think they just announced that Iron Man will be coming to the Avengers Campus in Disneyland. So they kind of like low key teased that with the release of this figure. This is an instant release, by the way. It was available to pick up at D23 and it's shipping now. It hasn't shipped yet from Disney. Out of all the stuff I ordered from the D23 stuff, only my Kylo helmet shipped. I am ecstatic because, dude, they released this lightsaber set. It's Matt Lanter, Ahsoka, Ashley Eckstein, James Arnold Taylor. It's a limited to 3,000 lightsaber set, but they did 100 sets that were signed, and they only released them for D23 Gold members online. Dude, when I asked my buddy to help me, when I went into the queue, I gave him my account credentials. When I went into the queue, there was 40,000 people. They weren't all specifically going for the lightsaber, but of course, a lot of people were gunning for that lightsaber. My buddy got 14 in line, and I actually got the set. So there's only 100 of them. Dude, it's selling on eBay for like $3,000 to $5,000, and it was retail $500.
Do you have a picture of it you can show us?
There's no photos of it actually signed. They only put up a photo of like what it would look like. There's a little plaque. You know those plaques they do for signatures?
Yeah.
It's like inside the box, and then each one of them signed. It's James Arnold Taylor, Matt Lanter, and Ashley Eckstein.
Wow.
I'm just more like wanting to look at the lightsabers.
Yeah, it's so all of the ones in that set are
right?
previously released. Yeah, there was. I also got the new Vader set, which that has a new Attack of the Clones hilt and a new Vader hilt that they haven't done before. Here's the shawarma, by the way. This is really cool. I saw Zach from Collecting Weekly is doing churros and shawarma. So if you guys want them, shout out to Zach. Check out Zach's Wonderland. Or hit Zach up on Facebook or Instagram, Collecting Weekly, and he's doing these. So he's doing a shawarma and he's doing a churro, which is hilarious because that kind of goes along with the accessories that come with these that everybody wants. Like that's the selling point for a lot of this, obviously, is those like Disneyland inspired parts. And obviously the shawarma that ties into the first Avengers film, so we got to have that. But yeah, let me see if I can find a photo real quick. So there's a listing on the website I could pull up. Oh, actually, I'm full of crap. They actually do have the signatures on the listing on the website. I'll show you guys really quickly. Because I think this is really cool, and I was like, I'm still like blown away that my buddy was able to get it. And I was on a job site, and he was like, dude, he's like, you're selling right now because I'm trying to get a security code, and you have no service. So I like ran outside. He was 14th in the queue. But so there's 3,000 total, but that's including the non-signed sets. So there's only 100 signed sets total. This is, I think, probably the rarest legacy lightsaber set they've done in terms of like having a signed version, because they've had signed Ahsoka sets before where Ashley just went to Disney World or Disneyland and just signed some of them. And I think maybe they did like a Rebels hilts release, but this is really cool. So really excited to get this. These are all re-release hilts. I actually don't have the original Ahsoka hilts. I have the Rebels hilts, so at least I don't have this one, but these other two I do have, so these are duplicates. But
their marketing team needs a beat down, though, dude. They shouldn't have used the wide receiver for the blade.
It usually comes with a swap out part. I don't know if this set does, but they usually have a swap out emitter for display purposes. I'm not sure if this particular set does, but like for Luke, they did it. And for the Obi-Wan, I have the other Obi-Wan set that has like the A New Hope hilt and everything. And that did have swap out emitters that makes it like better for display purposes. Some of these hilts are actually not too thick in person, but some of them are definitely like oversized for sure. It depends on which one. Like the Palpatine hilt, dude, is crazy.
It's
Palpatine
crazy.
hilt is nuts. It's like a missile.
Yeah, dude. But they thinned out the Ahsoka Rebels ones, so it's interesting. Like they're trying to thin them out. I think it's the difference between the rechargeable versus the batteries. Although that said, the Palpatine one is rechargeable and it's still thick. So I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the hilt. Like I've noticed all the Anakin hilts are pretty nice. They're a little thicker than you would like the more expensive like skinny flexes you would get, but
they're still great display pieces.
Yeah, they're still, and like you're not gonna get an installed hilt with sounds and LEDs for $150 anywhere else. No, you're paying way more than that.
And I love the Savvy's ones too. Like they're a blast to go.
Yeah, they're fun. It's a great experience. I've done that twice, and I had such a fun experience. By the way, I love that this has like a mounting thing. I guess it goes on his arm. I think that's pretty cool.
That's great.
And this spider bot is definitely way more detailed than the one that came with the Spider-Man that I have, and I think he actually compared them at some point. Yeah, he did. See, this one's way cooler than the one that comes with the Avengers Campus Spider-Man. I'm not sure, Indiana, if you reach out to him and ask him, knowing Zach, he probably will, because he's just that type of dude. He loves doing it, man. I still have to reach out to Zach because we're working on a little project, and I've been so busy, but definitely hit him up and see if he'll do it for you. I'm sure he will if he can find a file for it. What's up, Commander Green? I hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool, guys. It's a cool release. Sean, I'm glad to hear you're picking it up. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. It's basically like a similar streamline Mark 85. There's not too many carryover parts. There's actually some nice differences. Mainly like the thighs look similar. But I think it's a nice looking set of armor. But for me, again, I'm putting the head sculpt on it. Gonna have him eating the shawarma, and that's how I'm gonna keep mine. So all the rest of the parts won't be used. Maybe the spider bot, who knows? But I think this is pretty cool. And again, I love the D23 stuff. It's a shame they never do Star Wars stuff. It's always been Marvel as of late. But I guess the Captain America was the first one, the Endgame cap they did. But and then they released a new Endgame cap that was better because they made some improvements to the proportions and everything. So go figure. But yeah, this is really cool. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I just wanted to kind of show you guys the final product. I will be getting it. May or may not be doing a full review. At the very least, I'll do like a TikTok or something. But I think it's pretty cool. But I know this one probably doesn't interest 95% of the people in the chat. What I do want to talk about, though, that I wanted to spend most of the rest of the stream talking about is something really cool. And I had to show this, and I'm sure, Mike, I'm sure you've already seen this. I'm sure a lot of you guys, but those who haven't, prepare to be amazed. The Xenomorph in this film, I guess, I don't know how many there are, because obviously I haven't seen. I don't know if there's just one main Xenomorph. We don't know. I haven't really looked into any leaks or anything like that, but it's actually, in the original Alien, and for years it was like a man in a suit, I think. Have they used animatronics for the later Aliens films? I can't remember, because this torso is different on this Alien. It's very like tapered. And I'm guessing that's why they went the route with an animatronic, because that's not really like human proportion like.
Right. I mean, there's a puppet used in
they had the puppet,
the Bambi Burster in Alien 3. But otherwise, there's always been a man in the suit. Amalgamated Dynamics, those guys are in the suits. And, oftentimes, like with the last Alien film with Ridley Scott, they had some great looking suits, and they kind of just CGI'd over them, unfortunately. But I think what Fede is doing is brilliant. We got a lot of like real, anything he can do in camera, he's doing. And I respect that. I saw an interview with some of the actors and actresses, and they said like having this, because this thing's fucking terrifying. Let's be real, it's terrifying. And they said having this, by the way. Scorch. That's a that's a badass name. But they said having this there in person, like practical effects meant so much to them in this film to kind of get into it, because I think it was the director was saying like, we don't know if this thing's going to behave how we want it to. So it's actually scary to have it in your face because it might malfunction or something. So it kind of got them in the mood, but you could see why they would use an animatronic. And how crazy is that? They can have this thing freaking jumping and imagine how much this cost them. But if we look at the torso, like look how skinny, like that's why they had to go this route. That torso is insanely skinny. Like, exactly. Even if you had Anthony Daniels in that suit, I don't think his waist would be tiny enough to taper like that. Of course, he wouldn't be tall enough either. But
so is that part of the head indented? And the front,
there's like damage
above the right eye area.
Head.
So if you look at the NECA,
and I have that pulled up too. Actually, I have that.
Okay,
that's
cool.
My next.
You'll see it there. Like there's a swap out plate. So I'm assuming he gets damaged there.
Yeah, and I love, dude, how cool is that? I guess that's like a silicone material that they use on the surface to have like the tissue on the mouth. But this is amazing. The way this thing moves is so like realistic and lifelike. I can't wait to see the film and see how it all kind of plays out in the shots. But dude, like this is impressive. I wanted to show this to you guys because that's kind of a segue into our conversation. Dude, it's badass. I love the jumping part. Do we think we're gonna get Romulus figures, guys? I think maybe it might be time to see another one. Now, funny you bring up, we're talking about the NECA figure, because NECA does have a pre-order up already, because NECA is like that. They're always on top of things, unless it's the Feral Predator. Everybody got screwed on that. But NECA actually does have a pre-order up for this new, the Scorched Xenomorph. And you can see here, and let me see if I can find that swap out head you were talking about. Was that it right there? Did I just pass it?
It's in the, yeah, see that little dome? If you go back up to the everything that's included.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
NECA's just getting better and better, man. But,
NECA's
yeah, and I love to see this because I know a lot of people would probably repurpose that and maybe use it with, like, the Scar Predator or something, because stuff like that, like whenever Hot Toys included, like, face huggers and stuff in some of those older sets, they fetch a pretty penny, so. But this guy looks badass. If NECA can pull off a lifelike looking figure like this with the slimy looking texture on the skin and everything, imagine what Hot Toys could pull off, man. I think... you know, I don't know if they'll do any of the other side characters. That doesn't really seem like plausible to them. But I think at the very least, I think we'll get this. I really do.
Yeah. And you know what's great about these in figure form, too, is because maybe it's just due to, like, the biomechanical nature of them and everything. What the hell is that?
It's creepy. That's what it is.
You can really, like, blend and hide joints in these figures. Like, joints are not, if you look at the NECA figures, they're not a distraction in any way. So Hot Toys could, you know, can only improve or do exactly just as good as they do, and it'd be great.
Yeah,
You know?
and some of their older Xenomorphs, like I just recently got, not long ago, I got the Big Chap, and that's an older figure. It's not like a super recent figure. I think it was like 2018 or something, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And that figure holds up really well. So I think with knowing their previous mistakes with some of the Xenomorphs, I think this one would be really cool. Now, the essential thing for this one is going to be having it balanced properly, obviously, because the way that this waist is designed is going to be even more difficult than before.
Yeah. Like all the Alien Resurrection figures have legs like this, and you need the tail to stand them. You got to Terminator tripod, basically.
Right, like the Big Chap stands fine, but having that tail to support sitting next to him definitely helps a lot for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, if Hot Toys made this, they would have to do ratcheted joints.
Have to, yeah, just for support
100%,
reasons, and obviously, like, we love ratcheted joints. Let's just be real.
You know, this is the first time I'm seeing this.
Dude, he's badass, isn't he? I love this new design. I love what they've done with it. I love how the dome looks too. The dome is really, really unique looking. He's cool.
I put it up on my big screen so I can actually see.
Yeah, there's some crazy. That right there is money. That little damage on the dome. I love that.
Yeah, dude. There is a bit of a spoiler in this deluxe set for those who haven't seen like everything that the deluxe set comes with. Well, I should say there's like NECA is selling this as this figure plus the accessory set. For like $70.
So you're saying don't pull up the accessories?
I'm saying no. I don't know, man.
Let's see. I'll look at it first and I'll be like,
yeah. Because I think it's really exciting, and like I'm obviously like I've shown my tattoo off plenty of times online. Like I'm a big Alien fan, and I was trying to avoid. Yeah. So if you recognize that,
shit, guys, do you want to see it or no? In the chat, do you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you it's less of a spoiler and more of like, and holy shit, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a super exciting thing. Like, so you may recognize what's inside of that rock there. That is the Big Chap.
And it's funny because I remember hearing the rumors, and this is my first time seeing this. I remember hearing the rumors that Big Chap was somehow going to return.
Yeah.
And seeing this is really cool, dude. Damn.
So I saw this like, I don't know, 8-9 months ago.
Damn, so
maybe
you've done this for a while.
I saw some because I saw this and I was like, what the hell is that? But I wasn't like told exactly what it was. But it's just cool that they actually made it. Now this thing, what's really cool too is this can lie flat like on a desk, but NECA's also built like a hook so you can hang it on a wall as well.
And I'm really curious to see what the story behind this is now, because he looks like he's like encased in something.
So what I'm kind of hoping is that he has like secreted some kind of resin around himself to survive out in space.
Yeah, when he got launched into space. Huh.
Yeah, because we know that they can, I mean, like based on the deleted scenes and some of the other lore, they can create their own, well, these guys, you know, they become warriors, create hives and stuff like that, but they can also create their own eggs as well with other living creatures and stuff. So there's all kinds of weird things that they can do. So I just think that would be really cool if it's some kind of like bioprotectant that he can survive, and we actually get to see him again in the film, as opposed to just being dead.
Yeah, because when we saw him, obviously in the end of Alien, he just kind of flew off into space. You have no idea what happened to him. Dirk, this is Big Chap is the main xenomorph from the first film, and at the very I don't know if maybe you're saying what is this Big Chap? This is Big Chap, yes.
So Romulus takes place between Alien and Aliens, right?
So there's like a 57-year gap, I think, from when Ripley goes into deep space.
Yeah.
Sleep when she's in the chamber. So I think that's what it is. Like a gap. It's like 57 years, right? I'm guessing it picks up a rate where Alien left off, I think, right?
So this is I had the year.
Yeah, Big Chap he's the main xenomorph that kills off the entire Nostromo crew, basically, other than Ripley in the first film. So this is in between the first film and then Aliens, which is the second film. So we may see him back in action, or at the very least, we're going to see, oh, here's Big Chap. He's encased in whatever this is. Mike, are you there? You froze on us. Yeah, Ripley it's crazy. She was encased, I'm going along with what I said. She was in deep sleep in that chamber for 57 years. That's when she got awoken in Aliens.
And she has she had a daughter who, when she was awakened, you know, her daughter was already like an old woman and had passed. But if you play Alien Isolation, you get to play as Amanda Ripley, her daughter, and that's a canon story. So that's really cool. I just looked it up. That's why
fill it in.
I love that the video games fill it in and they're canon, especially that game. It's it's so good. It might be my favorite game ever. Alien Isolation, so good. But I just looked it up, and I guess that's why I froze. So this film takes place exactly 20 years after Alien.
Oh, so it doesn't pick up. Okay, for some reason I thought it picked up like right after the first film.
No,
so interesting. So I'm still wondering to myself. I'm like, I'm sure in some capacity they're gonna fit in Ellen Ripley, maybe in like a recording or something, or maybe like a fast forward scene at the end of this film. Who knows? I feel like they're gonna involve Sigourney Weaver somehow. Obviously, plot wise, they can't really have her. Oh, let me go save the crew, because it wouldn't make sense. She's still frozen. I guess she would be frozen for another 37 years.
Dude, there's a book, there's a novel that I recently read. I can't remember the name of it. It's an alien novel. They intercept the narcissist that Ripley is on. They awaken her. She like kind of tells a story. They interact with more aliens, and she survives. And then at the end, she gets like amnesia and goes back into cryosleep. And then I hope that does not happen. But it does sound like her voice in the trailer as the mother, Muther, the ship AI.
Yeah,
it does sound like her, Sigourney Weaver. So maybe that's how they're incorporating her.
Yeah, I feel like they'll incorporate her somehow. Obviously, like I said, they can't have her just waltz in and be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Because that would just completely kill the canon. But
yeah.
It's gonna be fun, dude. It's gonna be such a fun film. And like I said, at the very least, I see Hot Toys doing a new Xenomorph. They've been better lately with doing some side characters and some like one-off stuff that we've been just begging them for. We saw the Predator and the Terminator, though a little underwhelming because they didn't change much. You know, stuff can change on those in the future, so that's still really exciting. And I think it's possible. And I absolutely would buy it. That'd be a day one for me because I'm not missing out on a Xenomorph. No way. No way. I have two of them right now. And I still have the other one in the box because I like contemplated keeping it because it's kind of old. But I have the Grid Alien as well.
Oh, that's nice too. Yeah, dude. I think like this would be something really nice to pair with the Prey figure the Scorched Alien with the Prey figure, because neither one of them are like the original iconic, but they are really cool designs from the newer films. I think they would go nicely together.
I agree. I think that would be really cool. I'm down for that.
Hell yeah. But I'd love a new Big Chap, dude. Like, I would love...
Dude, if he shows up, you never know. I wouldn't be mad either, because I got my Big Chap for extremely cheap. Like, the guy just gave it away, basically, because the peg on the inside was broken, and I drilled it out and replaced the peg. But, yeah, I would love to see a new one. With Hot Toys, like, modern techniques and stuff, that would be really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole Romulus thing, that's actually a science station, right? That's been condemned. And everyone's told that they can't go there. And that's the whole purpose. They're basically there to loot.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't dug into it too deeply because I'm avoiding like any sort of like leaked plot points or anything. So I've tried to stay away from everything but just the trailers, because I feel like the trailers did a good enough job at not revealing too much.
See, and I'm the same way because I've only seen the trailer twice.
So I'm trying to avoid looking into it at all. So I don't know too much about it, but
I mean,
very
one
excited.
thing that I do like from the trailer that I think could possibly have real world applications later is the wristbands they put on that are magnetic for 0 atmosphere for the gun to come back to them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that is dope.
So,
and the new rifle looks really cool too.
Yeah.
It's a nice nod to what we saw with the Colonial Marines.
I think it's like supposed to be like a proto, Colonial Marines rifle. Like, that's another thing I think is really cool about this film is he's taken a lot of care to make it look and feel like it's between those two time frames.
And it's hard too with the difference in cinematography after all these years too. It's very difficult. And even in the trailer, it looks like it has that same feel, man, and that same dark like Ridley Scott filming and stuff. It looks really good, man.
I'm so excited for this film, man. Originally I was like, oh no, they're using like younger actors and stuff, and I was afraid it was going to be more of a teeny kind of thing, but no. And recently somebody put up on Instagram, they're like, if you're worried that these actors are too young, here's how old the actors from Alien and Aliens were.
Yeah, so
and they were all like in their late 20s, or I think Michael Biehn was like 26 or something crazy like that from Aliens. So like, we were younger, so they seemed older. They were really not that old. I don't think there was anybody over 35 in those films. So
yeah,
it's
doable. It's doable. And after like seeing interviews and stuff with the actors and actresses, it looks really good, man. I think that they've got the right mentality about it. And I like that it's mostly like no-name actors and actresses. It kind of helps you going. It kind of helps you going with a fresh face and no like preconceived like, oh well, this guy sucked in that. You know what I mean? I know the one female actress, one of the main ones. A lot of people recognize her from something, but I didn't know who she was. So
I don't. Yeah.
Final quick bit of news, guys, before we end out the stream. The Thundercats figure line has started by Mondo, so the pre-order is live now for this first figure in the line.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think it's pretty hilarious that they're actually doing these.
Not for this price. Nope.
Yeah, it comes with a ton of stuff, but you're gonna pay. I didn't see the price tag on this one.
$250.
You think $250 is unfair for this?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's unfair. I mean, for $250, you should have
5 head sculpts, though.
So Sean, let me ask you though, like unfair in general or unfair for this one, like compared to the Master of the Universe line, those were $250 to $65.
And I think they're overpriced too.
I do. I agree with you. So Mondo in general is overpriced.
Yeah, I don't like the style of the figures personally, but I don't know. Just the amount of back end stuff that goes into making 5 head sculpts, I can kind of justify the price. I'm not getting it personally. Thundercats is a little before my time, and I never got into it. I don't know.
It's very much my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I love Thundercats, Masters of the Universe. I was actually excited for the Mondo line of Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I first saw the stuff coming out, I was really disappointed. It's like, why am I going to spend Hot Toys money for this?
No, what you need, Sean, is this company. This is the company that needs to do that type of stuff. Because this figure was only like, I think it was like 160, 170. It wasn't that expensive. And it comes with a decent amount. He's got 3 head sculpts. Comes with like the bent steel beam. He's got a lot of hands. He's got swap out feet. Like a lot of stuff. It comes with a lot of stuff. So.
Well, see, and like, I don't think people give 3-0 enough credit either.
It depends on what it is. You know,
I mean, they can't do head sculpts worth of shit. You know, let's face that.
Well, I mean, that's like a blanket statement. It depends on what it is. Like, I got the new Rambo today from 3-0. It's very nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah, see, I got Destro today.
Oh, no, yeah, I saw a lot of people were getting shipping for him. He's cool looking. I don't know anything about...
He's really cool looking.
I don't know anything about G.I. Joe, but he is badass. He looks really cool.
Well, luckily for you, Connor, you can watch all the G.I. Joe episodes for free on YouTube.
Dude, I got too much stuff to watch.
Oh, whatever.
Moose says G.I. Joe came after his time. What is it? Was it RoboCop versus Predator? Is that what they did? Wasn't there a comic run of that? Was it RoboCop versus Predator?
There was Batman versus Predator.
RoboCop versus
Predator has fought like everybody, and but the aliens now they are starting to do that. They did like a cover series a few years ago, where they just like the interiors were the normal comic, but they did like when they brought Alien into the Marvel Universe, they did like a series of covers to celebrate it. But now they're actually bringing them into the comics, which is cool.
Yeah. CSI says, I always wonder why no one bites down on the facehugger's ding-a-ling when it tries to... I think they get, like, incapacitated once it, like, you know, inserts its whatever that is into their throat. I think... Because it, like, controls their breathing patterns and stuff. I think that's what they said in the first Aliens film, something like that. Yeah, Mondo's doing some really cool stuff. Like I said, me personally, I don't care for that exposed joint look, so I'm kind of with Sean. I personally don't think they're overpriced just because of the amount of shit they include, but it's not for me. I am happy that they're doing more realistic stuff like RJ McCready and Nada and stuff like that. That's more my speed. And Megan, they're doing the Megan figure. That looks really nice. So I'm going to stick to that when it comes to Mondo. And their vinyls. I buy vinyls here and there depending on... I got that... The San Diego... Dude, posters are really sick, but I got that... They did a special 35th anniversary 89 Batman vinyl set. It was like a limited to 2,000 pieces for San Diego Comic-Con, and I was able to get it. I'm super hyped. I got it in. It's so cool, man. Yeah, and of course, it's like one of the special vinyls and stuff with like the... It's like a blue and like light or a darker gray vinyl splatter. Yeah. It's really dope.
I'm a sucker for that stuff too. I have their Alien anniversary one, and it's great.
So my Grail vinyl set, they did a Back to the Future set. The box is the plutonium case, and it's got a vinyl for every single film, and each vinyl has a special slip cover with unique art all over it. And then each vinyl has like crazy colors. Dude, it's an amazing set. It goes for like $500. I'm not paying that. It's like $350 to $500, I should say, depending on who's selling it. But
I just want to say though, speaking of their figures, like I have the Skeletor and the He-Man. They are really good. Like,
I've heard great things about them. It's all personal preference.
It's not your style or your preference. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, and I will agree with Sean. Like, how many? It's got what, 4 or 5 head sculpts on this.
5 head sculpts for $250. To me, I feel like there's some value there for me.
There
at least,
is, but I think most people would rather say like, all right, let's say that the sculpts are $33 each. Take away 3 of them and let me save $100. Way better deal. You know what I mean?
For sure. But I'm saying that as someone who's not buying these type of figures, so I have no skin in the game. But the RJ McCready, I think, was $235 to $250, and he's got 2 head sculpts. If you got the timed edition, he came with a bunch of stuff. Like he's got like the dog, he's got the head with the spider legs. Like he came with a decent amount of stuff.
Oh yeah.
See, and I think, well, I know the reason why I'm so outspoken about it is I was actually pissed off with Mondo, with the whole Masters of the Universe line, because I was expecting it to be really good, and seeing it with all the exposed joints and everything else, I was just. Yeah, it really pissed me off. So that's why I'm where I'm at with that. If I sound like I'm harsh or whatever,
no, it's
because
fair.
It completely pissed me off. But it is overpriced. It's yes,
they are
HasLab.
They are. So I only get the vintage collection stuff. They are overpriced, but they do deliver. I will say that. Like I felt like the Razor Crest was very overpriced for what it was, but it's fantastic. I have the Razor Crest. I have the Ghost on pre-order. But they're very expensive, dude. And I think like
Did you get the Mos Eisley Cantina?
No, I don't do play sets because in order to display them how you would want, it's a top-down view, right? So when you want to see inside the hole, so it doesn't appeal to me. It was super cool, but that was an easy pass for me.
Yeah, and the thing is with the Cantina, that just proves that Hasbro and HasLab are not listening to their customers. Okay, because a lot of people are saying, okay, we want a new Millennium Falcon. We want a HasLab Millennium Falcon.
Right, because the last one they did was the Galaxy's Edge Millennium Falcon. It's been how long since they released that? It's been like 5 years.
And it wasn't really that much to compare to the regular release that was before that.
Right, and it's not accurate to any of the original trilogy ones or anything because it doesn't have the dish on the top and stuff.
And it doesn't come with Han Solo.
Yeah. What I did... Once you finish your point, I have something to share regarding 3.75 vehicles because I just picked something up from D23 that's like incredible, and they did something that Hasbro never does, which I thought was very, very generous of them to do.
Yeah. The last thing I was going to say too is another option where a lot of people want is a HasLab AT-AT.
Yeah. And they did that one from the Mando line, which obviously didn't sell well. And they did I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the ATRT. They did the ATRT with Chewbacca, which I thought was pretty cool. I never pre-ordered that one. I still got to pick that one up at some point. Also, X-Men Supreme had to hit you with the Big Lebowski line.
That's okay. It is my opinion, but I mean, this is the thing: is if anyone likes something, I'm the one who always says, collect what you like. Don't let anyone tell you how to collect.
Yeah, X-Men, don't listen to you, dude.
So
I didn't even know Mondo did Rick and Morty. That's pretty cool. Are they 6 scale or are they smaller, like 1/7 scale or something? Yeah, and I know David really likes the Mondo stuff as well. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people that do, but like Sean said, it's like personal preference. What I was gonna say is though, so D23 there was, and they put it online as well. They did the Star Tours vehicle from Disney World / Disneyland. Dude, it's for $300. I felt like it's a very good value. Number one, it has a screen on the inside that plays the original ride footage. So the very first, because they've changed that so many times.
Yeah.
The very first ride footage, it has audio, it has lights. So, when you open up the doors, usually when guests exit, the lights come on. The doors all open up at one time, and then lights come on the inside. So this is what they did that Hasbro needs to take cues from. It includes a carded figure that's numbered on the back. It has a number out of 3,000 on it. But also, they included 2 bagged figures that are already open to put into the vehicle. So you got a carded, the Captain Rex, not Captain Rex the clone, Captain Rex the droid that's in the ride. They did a carded one that's numbered, and they did a in-baggy one to display with there. And I'm like, why do they never do that with these HasLabs? They cost so much money. Because all of my HasLab carded figures, I couldn't bring myself to open them. They're all carded still. Because I'm just killing the value when I could buy this same figure in a different variation without having to open the card. So it's like, I thought that was really cool. And I hope that Hasbro, they won't, but I hope the Hasbro takes notes. But it's such a cool vehicle, dude. Like,
and this thing has electronics.
Yeah, it's got the screen on the inside. The base lights up as well. The base has these really cool blue lights on it. It flashes lights when it's doing the whole show on the inside. It's so cool, man. So cool.
Yeah. No, that is cool.
But yeah.
And I have a feeling too, like speaking of HasLab with the G.I. Joe 6-inch line. Okay, have you noticed how it's the Dragonfly and the Rattler, which were also repurposed and repainted for Tiger Force?
I did not notice. Okay.
And I can see them going through
their specialty.
And then doing another, one as a Tiger Force and one as, both of them actually as Tiger Force. Yeah. Again.
Dude, that's the Hasbro special, repurpose, reuse, and oftentimes it backfires so people get really angry. But that's going to wrap it up for us, though, guys. What a fun stream, a different change of pace. Sorry again, if you're watching the replay, sorry I had you sitting there. Maybe fast forward like 2 minutes and you'll skip past me just I can't believe I did that, but I can't.
You're like saying it now when they've already skipped out. They're like, "Oh, this audio in this video sucks," and they've
they already tuned out. But guys, as we go to close out, we have 51 people watching. Please consider dropping a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. We got Justin from How You Figure tuning in at the very end. Justin, you'll have to catch the replay. We talked about Romulus a little bit. I know you're really excited for it. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on it, man. Once again, guys, if anybody wants to trade me, I do have this Regal Cinemas popcorn bucket, unused, but I want the Cinemark one. I know a lot of people like this one more because it's got the base on it. The Cinemark one, I like the paint more on the teeth and stuff. It's got more like attention to it. And that cup, I want that cup too, that little slime cup.
I would like to warn everyone that he asked for it with extra butter and hold the popcorn.
Dude, there's no popcorn in this one. They didn't offer. Isn't that crazy? No, it's not, Rick. I don't think they actually said the number for it. I just think it just says limited release, but
they never number anything. They should, man.
I know. Yeah, CSI, thank you so much for being here, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it.
And the thing with the Iron Man Mark 80 for D23, it was announced and released on the same day.
Yeah.
Because it went up for sale on August 9th, and it was announced on August 9th.
Which is awesome. We love to see that. Hopefully they'll start doing Star Wars stuff for D23. That'd be cool. Take care, Beskar Kid. May the Force be with you, bro. Thank you so much for being here.
Make good choices.
And the thing that pissed me off about Cinemark, I called them today because I've been trying. So I did try to get you one from Regal, Mike. Everything was already gone when I came back, which is crazy, dude. Like, why are you selling popcorn buckets before people can see the movie? The whole point is I want to sit in my chair and pet my xenomorph head and be eating my popcorn. That's why you get
everything
this.
By me sold out 2 weeks ago.
So I called Cinemark by me today, and I was like, hey, because when my girlfriend was there seeing a movie with her family, she had asked, and they said, we might be getting more next week. So I called them today, and they were like, oh, yeah, we sold out of everything over a week ago. She specifically said that Cinemark tells them to put the stuff out when they get it and not when the film comes out. So, guys, for future reference, if you go to Cinemark and they have something that you want popcorn bucket or drink-wise, whatever, go 2 weeks in advance because it may be out, which is so stupid because it's like, I want to have it with my popcorn. Like when I went to see Deadpool, they had the Wolverine popcorn bucket. They're waiting for me, and that's what I expect.
See, what's bad, like here,
Rick said, no, it's not. This isn't limited to 300. I feel like you're trolling me now, Rick. Also, the Iron Man is not limited to 300. What else, Rick? But no, I'm just joking. But no, it's not limited to 300. They probably made thousands of them, but people are scalping them online. Of course they are.
Is Connor's likes on YouTube limited to 300?
Apparently not, dude. Apparently it's limited to 34 or whatever it is up to right now. But guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. It was a fun stream, guys. Check out Thrawn's office on Instagram. That is Romulus Mike. And then the Hot Toys Nightmare on YouTube. The links are in the description. It is, dude. I totally agree, X-Man. It is horse shit. Thank you so much to all of our moderators, Big Dog Pound, OG Fan, Payton, everybody, X-Man Supreme, everybody in the chat. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. A great turnout tonight for a week with not a lot of news. I had a great time with you guys, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. Keep an eye on Facebook because one day soon there's going to be some sort of announcement, and hopefully it's this Scorched Xenomorph. Everybody starts spamming that in the Hot Toys comments. We want our Scorched Xenomorph. And just, you don't have to say I sent you, but just do that. So... guys, if you're seeing Romulus this week, I hope you enjoy it. I'll be seeing it on Thursday. Feel free to message me to talk about it if you want to, because I'm going to want to talk about it with everybody, because that's how I am. But if I don't see you, we'll see you next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST. I have a lot of videos planned, a lot of stuff coming in. I've been on a bit of a hiatus for the past week or so, but I've got a lot of stuff planned. So all this stuff I'm getting in, I'll probably do videos on. So, but guys, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your night. And make bad choices.
Bye. Make good choices.